There's this attitude that I'm noticing from our journalists and news reporters here in South Africa as of late in the mainstream media. Well, I'm not sure if I should say I'm impressed or I should say it's long overdue. But I'm not sure if you are noticing this, but it seems as if lately our journalists and news reporters are no longer afraid to ask the relevant questions when they are doing interviews with politicians and people of power. Throughout all these years, we were always asking ourselves as South Africans, why are our journalists and our reporters speaking as if they are afraid or as if they are following a script? No, this is what you need to ask and you don't need to ask this. But as of late, I am seeing, even though there's still some of that element, but as of late, it's as if they are breaking out of that shell. They are asking the questions that we want to hear the answers to as the citizens. And another thing that I'm noticing is the use of our indigenous languages. Now, when our journalists speak, I don't know, pay attention to them. Now, when they speak in English, but now and then they will switch to either Sipedi or Shivenda or Shitsonga or isiZulu, try to mix it up kancane and then bring it back to English, which is something that I like, which is something that I appreciate, and it's not something that was happening.
I don't know who else is in this. Please take your bags, take your head office, put it in Washington,
That's
next door
idea.
to the White House, next door to Donald Trump. Then you can deal with your issues there.
That's
Just
a great
leave
idea.
us here to sort out our problems, because really, you didn't have to do this. Unacceptable. As South Africans, you didn't have to do what you've done. Look what you are causing now in the country. We have so many problems to sort out. Now we have to be worried about that man who's a fool they call Elon Musk, saying things that nobody knows what he's saying. Elon Musk. I mean, really? He says he wants free speech, and now he's criticizing Julius Malema, calling him an international criminal. Who is Elon Musk? Just because he's got billions, he thinks he's a superhuman, he runs the world.
That's what he thinks. I mean, it cannot be that 81% of the land in South Africa and 81% of the riches in South Africa are owned by 7% of the 100% of people living in this country, and you think it's okay for it to stay that way? No. Absolutely not. Still
Unless
to come.
we forget, peace and reconciliation in this country came at a huge cost. People died for what we have
No,
today.
they forgot. They forgot.
Don't forget that.
That is why I'm saying as of late, there's something different about our journalists, So, but that's not what I want to talk about in today's video. What I want to talk about, we've been asking ourselves as South Africans, Uguti, why can't the state cut the budget of these expensive vehicles that transport our ministers? You'll find a minister being escorted by 7 multi-million rand vehicles. And you will wonder, Uguti, does this man need so many vehicles and these types of vehicles? It's something that we've been asking ourselves as South Africans. It's something that we've been talking about. I'm just happy now because these kinds of questions are now being able to be asked on the mainstream media, putting these politicians on the spotlight. Because it's nice to ask someone a question like this and listen to the way they respond so that you can better understand the mentality of that person. Because I'm pretty sure we can all agree as South Africans that a minister doesn't need to drive around in 7 vehicles, maybe each vehicle costing over 2 million rands or even above 1 million rands, 1.5 million rands, 7 of those vehicles transporting one person. Is that something that's okay? I don't think that's something that's okay, So I want you to listen to this quick interview where the leader of the ANC Youth League was asked this question, because we are facing a dilemma right now in South Africa. It is said there by KwaZulu-Natal, 19,000 teachers are going to lose their jobs as a result of budget cuts, trying to rescue South Africa. There's a lot going on in South Africa. There's a lot of things going wrong because South Africa is looking for money to fill the gap that America left and is still living. All these suggestions that these leaders are bringing forward, let's raise the VAT. They are bringing all these suggestions forward, but they are failing to think about the things that are just in front of their eyes. like reducing the number of vehicles that transport ministers, like downgrading a little bit, maybe from a 1 million vehicle to maybe a 600,000 vehicle, things like that. Those things they are not talking about. So I want you to listen to this interview, and then I want you to listen to the way the ANC Youth League leader is replying to this question. And then I want you to tell me on the comment section down below, what do you think about what he said? But if you just enjoyed this video or you learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. I'm pretty sure you might be noticing something different about me today. Is just, I'm not feeling too good. I've been struggling with a very strong flu. I don't know whether it's COVID-19 the return. But for the past couple of days I've been, I'm just starting now to gain back my strength. So yeah, don't mind me. Maybe you think today, why does this man speak differently today? He's speaking soft and things like that. No. I'm just trying to pick up my energy because I've been suffering for the past couple of days. So tell me on the comment section down below what you think about the interview that I'm going to stage right now. My name is Emmanuel, and this is Mzansi Versity, the place where we transform lives through knowledge and information. Let's meet again on another video.
Minimize profit.
Why are you not suggesting that government must cut on maybe even the ministerial handbook? I mean, when you look at the benefits that are accrued by the ministers and deputy ministers, the amount of security they have, they get driven around in fancy cars. They've got security. They fly business class. They've got houses in Cape Town, in Johannesburg. Why is it that in any of the options you're proposing, there's not so much about cutting the benefits of these ministers and deputy ministers?
Look, if you want to run an effective government, you must never start an approach of the ministers' roles are very huge. You can't say a minister's security must be taken away when they must be traveling everywhere in the country, delivering services, addressing the people, but also taking decisions that affect other people who can put their life at risk. Now, I think it's irresponsible for any country to say if you want to cut costs, you must remove the securities of the ministers. It's a very problematic approach. Also, there's also this obsession that we must reduce capacity in government. Already cuts have been made. The last minister has been cutting a lot of responsibilities of ministers, have been cutting a lot of expenses of ministers. Even the cars that are using now, they are downgraded from what they've been using in the past. Now,
they're still expensive SUVs.
That process, it has not assisted anything. We must not move away from that responsibility.
Yeah, but that hasn't...
But you're saying a minister
SUVs.
must drive what?
Well, the minister could drive actually ordinary cars. How about that? There are SUVs that are actually not costing over 4
maybe
million
the issue must not be they're driving SUVs. The issue must say, why do you need to downgrade to a price that is lower? But also you need to worry about the quality of the cars, because they use the cars every day. You can't just cut because you expect them to be on the road every day doing government work.
Do they need houses in both Cape Town and Pretoria?
They've moved away from their families. They are requested to be based in Pretoria. They are requested to be based in Cape Town for parliamentary work. What we should be debating, which must be introduced at debate, that maybe Parliament must move to Pretoria, so that everything is here in Pretoria. That debate has been open
Should
before.
we be paying for the electricity?
No,
and
that,
all the things
that they can pay for themselves. Really, they're paying certain levies towards that.
What
direction.
levy? 28 rand.
I'm saying that can be a debate, that maybe they can put more onto that from
Why are
their
we
salaries.
debating then? I mean, do we need to debate that?
I'm saying it's an engagement you can have.
What do you think there's
those
issues? I don't think it's an engagement. I think it's a call you can make.
Look, it's a right thing to do, that anyone who stays in their houses must pay for water and electricity.
Okay.
And I think something must be done.